Hi everyone and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to talk about the where clause in SQL. So what is a where clause? Basically, a where clause is used to filter out data that fulfills a specified condition. The where clause is not used only in the select statement, but it also used in the update, delete, insert, and many other statements. As we go along in this SQL Server journey, I will be teaching you some of the other statements where we will also explore where clauses in depth. When filtering out a text or a date value, you need to use a single quotes in your text or date values, whereas in our numeric values, single quotes are not required. Let me give you an example. So if you are trying to find out the state and you want to find out all the employees in a California state, you are going to use the where clause to filter it out. And you'll notice that since state contains a text value, a string value, you need to specify that in single quotes. Whereas if you are trying to filter out numeric value, so for example where country ID is equals to 1, you'll notice that you do not have to put a single quote onto a numeric value. So always keep that in mind, otherwise you'll end up with the syntax error. The following operators can be used in the where clause. The first one is the basic, is the equals to, not equals to. So this is refers to not equals to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, between, which basically searches between a range, like operator, which basically searches for a particular pattern, and the in clause, which is used to specify multiple possible values for a column. For example, you want to have the California state, the LA state, you want to have two states or more than one states, you can use the in operator in order to specify multiple possible values. Now what we will do is we will go into the demo of this clause, and I am connected for the purpose of this demo. I am connected to the AdventureWorks database. I'll leave the link in the description below on how you can download and install the AdventureWorks database. It is a free sample database provided by Microsoft. So without any further ado, let's jump into this scripting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the columns. In order to do that, I'll go select asterisk from, and I'll specify the table. So in this case, I'm going to use human resources dot employee table, and I'm going to execute this. And you'll notice that I will be able to view all the columns. Now, say for example, if I want to view all the employees that are male, then I'm going to use the where clause. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter where, and I'm going to specify the column, and that would be gender. And then I'm going to put my expression. So gender is what? Is it greater than, equal to, or less than, or between, or in? So in this case, I'm just going to put is equals to, and I want male. And since gender is a string stored as a character or varchar as a string value, I'm going to specify that in text, and I'm going to execute that. And as I do that, you'll see that I'm only able to view all the male genders. Now if you want to use multiple conditions, so for example, if you want to see all the male genders who are single, then what you're going to do is you're going to put the and operator. The and operator will allow you to put multiple conditions. So the second condition that you can enter is the marital status. Marital status is equals to, maybe you want to have a list of all single male employees in your organization, and when you run that, you should be able to see that your result data is has filtered out, showing all the employees who has gender male and marital status as S, which refers to single. And likewise with an AND operator, you can also use the OR operator. Basically what AND would mean is both the condition needs to be true in order to execute. OR operator means that either one of the condition needs to be true in order to be executed. So for example, if I remove this and if I put gender is equals to male or marital status is equals to single, and if I run this query, you'll see that either one of it needs to be true. So you'll probably get all the employees that are, some of them are going to be female because their marital status would be married. So it's not going to actually, meet this condition. It's either one of it needs to be true. So it can be, a gender can be a male, but the marital status can be married. Or marital status can be a single, but gender can also be a female. So that's what it actually means when you use the or operator. Either one of these conditions needs to be true, both of it doesn't need to be true. But if instead of this, if you use the and operator, that would indicate both conditions needs to be met in order for the query to get executed. So now I'm going to show you one of the other examples, which is a numeric one. So for example, if you want to see all the employees who has a vacation hours of more than 50 hours, and you want to maybe send them on vacation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the column which is vacation hours, and I'm going to put greater than sign. So greater than sign will exclude the value that you're going to put, for in this case 50. And if I'm going to put greater than or equals to, it's going to include the 50 in my query. You will notice that I have not used any string over here, and when I run this, it will still get successfully executed. And the reason it's doing that is because the system knows that the vacation hours is stored as an numeric value, and therefore it does not need to be specified with quotes, with single quotes, in order to execute this. But in the case of a text value, for example gender, if I just put M over here and try to run it, well, even before when I'm trying to run it, you'll see that there's a red underscore line over here. If I put that there's an invalid column, it's not able to recognize this column until or unless you put the single quotes. So that is just the syntax of it. The last thing that I wanted to show you very quickly is the in operator. What happens with the in operator is you're able to select multiple values of it. So maybe in this example, if I want to see organization level 3 and 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the column name over here, which is organization level. Instead of putting equals to, I'm going to put in, and along with the in, you'll have to put an open bracket so that you can specify those multiple values. So in this case, let's just suppose I want to see all the employees who are in the organization level of 4, 3, and I'm going to close that, and I'm going to execute this. So what you'll see over here, you'll see a list of all the employees that are in the higher organization level, which is 3 and 4. So that's what an in operator is, and that's how you use the where clause. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If so, please do give a like and consider subscribing to this channel. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.